Hi all, I'm Sashaga Vaidratna from Sri Lanka. This screencast is about the midterm evaluation video for Google Sum of Code 2015 for OpenMRS. The project is consuming fire resources for OpenMRS. My primary mentor is Suranka Kasturatna, my backup mentor is Vaibhav Agrawal, and I also work with Harsha Kumara, who takes care about the fire repository. So this is the content of this video. First I will give a brief introduction to fire and fire specification and my project, and I will show you what I have accomplished so far. Then there will be a demo using patient resources that I have created, and the goals to be accomplished by the end of the summer, and links to works and contact details of us. So fire is a healthcare standard which was introduced by HL7 group. So it's a specification for a RESTful API. So the difference between the fire API and the existing OpenMRS RESTful web services is the OpenMRS RESTful web service is the request and the response bodies are specific to OpenMRS. So it's not simply easy to share that data with a non-OpenMRS instance, but the fire is a standard, so it provides interoperability. So even with the non-OpenMRS instance healthcare system, you can share healthcare data because the response and request and the operations are standardized. So the main objective of this project was to implement, create and update operation for the fire resources. The get operations, that means the read operations, were already implemented, and I had to add an audit mechanism, audit framework for this module as well to trace down any suspicious activities, so to keep audit records. So this shows the work I have done. You can see all the create and update operations are done, and I have add unit states. The conditional updates have to be completed, but the heavy part is create and update resources. For conditional updates, it's just a matter of calling the relevant create to update operation after checking the condition. So I'm planning to complete this in the next few days. So now I'm going to show you a small demo. So I choose the patient resource. I show all the operations using the patient resource rather than going through every resource in this API. So first I'll create an patient. So this is going to be my request body. So this is basically the fire is representation of a patient. So each of these attribute is going to map to a certain attribute in OpenMRS, such like the disease boolean is the is death attribute, and active attribute is the is voided attribute, such like that. So before creating this patient, let's see whether there is any patient with this name in the system. So you can see no patient in the system now, and let's create this patient. So you have to provide the basic web service authorization to call this service. So you can see the patient is successfully created. Let's copy this UID, and let's now see whether there is any patient with this name now in the system. Yes, this is the new patient that I created, and I'll show you the update operation. We can update certain attributes in the patient. So it's going to be a put request, and Let's change into male and 1980. So you can see still he is a female and 1970 is his birthday. Let's update the patient. You can see patient is successfully updated. Let's go and refresh and see. Yes, now he is male and 98 birthday. So I have handled the exception scenarios as well. So as an example, the identifier is mandatory for creating a patient in OpenMRS, even in fhir. So let's remove this attribute and try to create an patient. You can see it throws an unprocessable entity header and with identifiers cannot be empty. And let's keep the identifier and let's remove the gender. And try to create a patient from that. The gender cannot be empty. So you can see it validate the request body and certain other things and giving us a meaningful outcome. So I'll show you the code now. So all the code has been merged to the master branch. So I'll show you the create patient flow. So this is so this patient is the fhir patient, which is created by this representation. And for save that patient in OpenMRS, we have to convert that patient into the OpenMRS patient. So that conversion is done by this generate OMRS patient, and it returns the OpenMRS patient. So you can see that conversion here. It's like get the birth date from fhir patient and put that into OpenMRS patient. Likewise, you can see the code here. Yes. After that, the goals I have to accomplish by the end of this summer, I have to create update support for encounter and completion, which will be more complex than the existing resources, and as I said, I have to implement the audit mechanism. And links to work, the OpenMRS fhir repo, I have put the link, and my personal repository, and I have documented all these resources in OpenMRS wiki. So you can go and see, this is the patient resource. All the available APIs are documented here, and you can see our contact details. If you have any concern, please contact us or comment on this video. So that's pretty much of it. Thank you.